You know, in a world packed with apps and notifications, isn't it kind of wild that this one ancient analog tool still has a prime spot on our desks? The good old notebook. In an age of screens everywhere, why does putting an actual pen to physical paper still feel so important? All right, let's dive in and figure out why this simple object has branched out into so many different and deeply personal forms.
I mean, just look at the range here. It's night and day. On one side, you've got the most minimalist thing ever, pure black with just one single pixelated word, notebook. It's a utility. It's a tool, period. And on the other, a chaotic, vibrant, beautiful mess of color on a classic composition book. That one just screams creativity, energy, maybe a little bit of fun chaos. This tells you right away it's not just about function anymore. It's all about personality.
So here's our game plan for this. We're going to look at the two main ways we use notebooks. First, as journals for self-discovery, and second, as practical tools for getting work and life done. Then, we'll get into what the cover design is actually telling us. And finally, we'll come back around to that huge question. In this digital world, why on earth do we still write?
Okay, first up, let's talk about the journal as your own personal canvas. This is the notebook as a private space, a little sanctuary that's not for your meeting notes but for looking inward and for growing. It's basically a piece of technology for navigating your own mind.
I mean, check this one out. Its whole purpose is super specific, exploring the heights of my femininity. And all the design choices, that soft lavender color, the delicate line drawings, the little floral touches in the corners, they all work together to create this safe, really intentional space for that exact kind of personal journey.
And this one? Well, it's even more direct about its promise. Right below the elegant daily journal title, there's this powerful statement, I grow from self-discovery. And the butterfly, which we all know is a symbol of transformation, just hammers that point home. This cover isn't selling you paper. It's selling you the idea of personal evolution itself. And this is a perfect example of how powerful color can be. It's called the Hope Journal, and the entire design is engineered to make you feel that. That warm gradient shifting from pink to orange, it feels just like a sunrise. It's all about optimism and new possibilities. The cover is literally setting a hopeful mood before you even write a single word.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that these journals are tapping into some really deep psychological needs. People use them to untangle their thoughts, to work through tough emotions, to see how far they've come, and to get their creative juices flowing. For so many of us, this is a legit tool for lowering stress and just finding a quiet moment in a really noisy world.
Okay, so that's the inner world. But notebooks aren't just for introspection, right? They're also incredibly powerful tools for dealing with the outside world, tasks, goals, and organization. So let's shift gears and look at these notebooks that have a very clear mission.
And that mission, well, it starts super early in life. The ABC Adventure Workbook is a fantastic example. Its purpose is crystal clear. Teach a kid the alphabet. The bright colors, the cute animal characters, the friendly title, everything about this cover is designed to say, hey, learning is fun. It's a foundational tool for building a skill that's absolutely essential.
And that need for tools to get stuff done, it definitely doesn't stop when you grow up. On the left, we've got the budget diary. It uses this playful, kind of collage-style font and clear icons to make a really stressful chore feel more approachable, maybe even a little creative. And next to it, the simple, clean daily journal on that craft paper is all about no fuss, straightforward planning. Both of them are designed to bring a little bit of order to the beautiful chaos of being an adult.
You know, there's actually a name for this. It's called functional planning. It's when you make a conscious choice to use these physical tools to methodically organize your life. Whether you're wrangling your money, planning a big project, or tracking new habits, it's all about using a physical page to get a real-world result.
All right, so we've covered notebooks for soul-searching and notebooks for getting things done. Now, let's really zoom in on the cover itself, how it communicates what it's for through its design, the mood it creates, and the message it sends.
This is such a fantastic comparison. We're looking at the exact same Hope Journal design, but with one major change, the background color. That pink and orange version feels warm, it feels energetic, optimistic, but when you just swap the color palette to green, what's the vibe now? It's totally different. It's calmer, more grounded, more connected to nature and growth and renewal. Same art, completely different feeling.
And that gets to the heart of it, right? A cover isn't just some pretty decoration. It's really an invitation. It's like the first handshake. It's sending a signal out to you, the potential user that says, hey, I get you. I get what you need. I'm the right tool for your journey, or your project, or just how you're feeling right now. Let's break this down with 3 totally different examples. It's super clear when you see them like this. First, the Pretty Girl Notebook. The typography is ornate, classic, paired with soft pinks and florals. It's aiming for someone who loves that youthful, traditionally feminine style. Then you have the composition book. Standard bold font, but boom, that vibrant, chaotic color scheme. That's calling out to a student or a creative person who just thrives on that kind of high energy. And finally, back to our ultra-minimalist notebook. The pixelated font and all-black design, that's for the purely utilitarian user who wants absolutely zero distractions. It's just a tool for thinking, plain and simple.
All right, so this brings us full circle back to that big question we started with. After seeing this incredible variety of purpose and design, we can finally ask, why do we still bother to write things down by hand?
And the answer, when you get right down to it, is actually pretty simple. The huge diversity of notebooks out there just reflects the huge diversity of our own human needs. We're complicated people. We have a basic need to express ourselves, a need to organize our lives, and this deep, deep need to grow as individuals. The notebook market has exploded because it has found a way to cater to every single part of that human experience.
You know, there's also this magic to it that digital just can't seem to copy. Something really profound happens when you crack open a brand new, empty notebook. That first blank page isn't just an empty document on a screen. It feels like a field of pure potential. It's a new beginning, a clean slate for a new idea, a new project, maybe even a new you.
So, next time you go to pick up a notebook, just take a second and really look at its cover. It was designed for a reason, for a type of person, for a specific purpose. Which brings us to the very last question, the one I want to leave you with. What story will your next notebook tell?